Hello everyone. Welcome to the last part of the activity for this particular week in Math CEO. The goals of this activity, occupations, is first to continue building combinatorial reasoning, and second, to discuss bias and stereotypes. So let's jump right into it. The first part of this activity is we're going to be playing with these tables again and filling them out. And you're going to give your students 30 seconds on their own, no input, no clues, just whatever they feel like, to give each person in this list an occupation from this list, uniquely. So everyone gets one, and there's no repeats. So give your students on their own, they shouldn't collaborate for this. They should just do this on their own real quick. And then when everyone's done, you can come back together and you can compute scores depending on how things match up. So everyone gets 20 points for each friend that has a world exactly like theirs. So let's say that 3 friends all filled out the table the exact same way. Well, each of them will get 20 plus 20, 40 points because of the other 2 that filled out the table exactly like they did. They will get 10 points for each peer whose world is just one switch away from the table. So if they just swap, just one swap, and they get the same as another person, they get 10 points. 10 points if none of the 5 choices were matched. So let's say someone said, Alan is preschool teacher and Kevin is programmer. And no one else put Alan as preschool teacher and no one else put Kevin as programmer. And they said Patricia is a plane pilot and no one else put that. They have to do that for all 5 of them. If none of the 5 choices were matched, they get 10 points. And then 30 points if they guess the real secret table, which they will reveal next week. Now, as you do this, you'll notice that there actually might be quite a bit of overlap between students. Students might choose similar or the same occupation for a person in this list just based on their name and what the occupations are. And so there are some stereotypes being played into it. And you can open up a really productive and deep conversation about stereotypes with this activity. Why do so many people have Alan listed as blank? Why do all these people have very similar tables? You can ask those questions and you can really start to investigate those sort of deep-seated stories that society tells us, right? So there's quite a bit of cultural aspect to this. Now, of course, there is also math. It's continuing the theme of this lesson. And there's a lot of combinatorial problems that you can do. So these problems are pretty challenging, so I don't expect all your students to get through all of them. But if a student is particularly precocious or enthusiastic or really wants to be challenged with some math, these are some great problems. So first off, you're building a world. You've already decided that Alan and Kevin have specific occupations. You don't know which, but you've just decided they're already fixed. So how many different ways can you compete your world? I'll let you think about it for a sec, but I believe the answer is 60. Okay? And then how many worlds are there with these 5 people and their 5 jobs that they need to do? Well, you might be able to convince yourself that the answer is 120. And if we add a new person, so now there's 6 people, 6 occupations, I think the answer bumps up to 720. And of course, again, the hard part about this is the why. But you should watch the previous video for some good ways to investigate these combinatorial problems. And then last, if we add not a new person, but a new trait, like favorite hobby, with 5 total options, how many ways are there to fill out this table now? I did the math. I believe the answer is 14,400. So again, the why of these questions are hard, but the answer is not what's value bottom. It's the exploration of it, is the method you use to sort of try to get at these particular questions. That's really the value for the students in this. So don't focus so much on getting the right answer. Just focus on exploring the problem and trying new things.